Hello again. Today we're going to take a look at discount and markup. And what you're going to find is some of this is probably going to sound pretty familiar. Discount and markup go hand in hand with our percent increase and our percent decrease that we already talked about. All right. There are a few new terms. There's going to be a lot of vocab to copy down. I apologize now, but just remember you can pause it and you can get the vocab down. So I'll go over that, and then we'll go over our proportion, how to solve it, and you'll see that it's very similar to what we've been doing. So first, when we talk about a discount, we're talking about the amount by which the regular price or the list price is reduced. Our discount rate is the percent decrease in the list price, and right there you already see the word we've already used, percent decrease. List price would be the regular, the marked price, that's a term we've used before, of an item. So when you go into a store and you see a t-shirt for $12.99, that's list price. If there's a 10% discount, that's our discount rate. I could then calculate what my discount is going to be. All right, and the sale price would be the difference between the list price and the amount of the discount. So then what I could do is, after I figured out that that 10% was $1.30, I could subtract those two numbers and I could figure out what this sale price is. All right. And again, remember, just pause it and you can get that down. And again, you're going to pause it here probably because I'm going to talk quicker than you can write. The wholesale price would be the price that a store pays for an item. When stores buy something, they'll buy it in bulk from someplace else. So they get it at a discounted price called the wholesale price. They then do what we call a markup. They need to make money or a profit on it. Those are words we've used before. So the markup is basically going to be your profit, the difference between your wholesale price and then the list price, because they're going to list it at something higher than what they bought it for because they need to make money. Our markup rate would be the percent increase. Again, you'll remember we saw that in the other one. In our earlier videos, we talked about that, in the wholesale price. All right. So these two proportions, ideally, they really are the same. I'm just using slightly different terms on them. And you'll notice the proportion we're using is very consistent. The percent or the rate always goes over 100, and then basically it's our change over our original number. Basically all of them have been set up that way. We've just been using some of the different terms that we've learned to write them differently. So for our markup, it's our markup or our profit, or whatever you want to call it, basically the change in our price over our wholesale price is equal to the rate or the percent over 100. For the discount, it's our discount or the change in price over our list price is equal to the rate or the percent over 100. The last little thing I put at the bottom again here was, if you're asked to calculate a total cost, you would have to, and this is where it's different. For a markup, we're going to add those two numbers together because it's getting higher, so that's a markup. For the discount, we're going to subtract the discount from the last list price to get our total cost. So that's where you really need to pay attention. Is this a markup or is this a discount? If I'm asking for what is the total cost altogether. All right? And again, if you need to pause it to get that down, please do. All right. So we're going to start out with a problem where I've set it up for you and I'll walk you through it. Here, the senior class wants to purchase a ping pong table for the school. A store sells them for $188. This week, they're on sale for a 25% discount. How much would it cost the class to purchase one? So here, if we look at the very last sentence, I'm asking for the total price altogether. What's it going to cost them? Although we're ignoring tax in this one because that was another lesson. Don't want to throw too many things together at once. So we just want to solve for the discount and then how much would it cost with our discount. So again, our discount goes over our list price. I don't know what the discount is. I know that the price is $188 and that my percentage off was 25. So 25 over 100. Then we just cross multiply. When we solve it, we find out that it's a discount of $47. So they can save $47. That's not what the problem's asking. The problem's asking how much are they going to spend. So I'm taking my list price, subtracting the $47 discount to find out that it'll then cost them $141. All right, so some of them are just multi-step, but again, this should seem pretty familiar. This is almost exactly the same as our percent increase and our percent decrease. Let's do a few more examples here. So here we're going to, again, the way I did in one of the other ones, the first four we're just going to solve for either the discount or the markup. On the last two, will also calculate the entire price, the total cost, okay? So here I have a 15% discount rate. So percentage always goes over 100%, over 100, on a $400 stereo. So the list price is $400. They're telling me it's 15% off, so I need to calculate what that's then going to become. So I'm going to do my cross multiplication, and I'm sorry, I'll try to quit writing my numbers on top of each other. Again, I'm pulling out my handy dandy calculator. It helps if I don't hit extra buttons on it. 400 times 15 is 6,000, so that means my discount is $60. All right, so I would save $60 on it. Then if I wanted to calculate the total price, we could. All right, the second one is another discount. So it's a $45 headset, so there's my original price. I have a 25% discount on it, so the percent goes over 100. So I'm going to figure out how much money that is. So again, we're going to cross multiply. 45 times 25 is 1,125. So my discount would be $11.25. All right. And actually, you know, it's 3 and 6 where we'll calculate the total cost, because this one is a discount and these 3 are markups. All right. So I have a $63 phone. Oh, this one we're not going to calculate the total price. Just kidding. This one we're solving for the percentage here, okay? So I have a $63 phone on sale for $58.88, and this is the one that generally throws kids off because they want to try and write $58.88 over 63. If you'll recall, that's not the way we're doing it. It's my total price and then my discount. Well, what was my discount? Well, in order to figure out my discount, I have to subtract my original my new price from my original price. So I've already given you what the total cost is after we've done that, after we subtracted out the difference. So here I want to see what the difference is. And I'm going to have to borrow 2, 1, that's a 2 I can read. I need to write a little bit neater. And I find that the difference is $4.12, or a $4.12 discount. So I want to figure out what that percentage is, okay? So we need to pay attention to what it is we're doing. And you'll notice here, again, it's very much like our percent decrease. We need the change in the numbers over the original number, okay? So again, we're going to cross multiply. And then when I solve, 412 divided by 63, I'm not going to wind up with a decimal that keeps going since we're dealing with a percentage. I'm just going to round to the nearest hundredth to make it easy on myself. When I round to the nearest hundredth, I get 6.54%. And actually, you'll see that it just keeps going and going. It's one of those lengthy decimals, so we're just rounding it off to make it easier. Okay? So it's about 6 point, and you know what I'm going to do? Since I rounded, I'm going to take my equals and make it that squiggly, approximately 6.54%, because that's not an exact number. Okay. Here, now we're looking at a markup. How do I know it's a markup? Because I'm saying I bought it for 24 and I'm selling it for more, so that would be a markup. So again, remember, the difference in our price goes on the top. So if I have $25.80, subtract 24 from it, I can do that one in my head. That's a $1.80 difference over my original or my wholesale price, which was 24. I'm solving for what percent markup that is. So cross multiply, and then when I divide, I'm going to use my handy calculator again, because I can't do that one in my head. I wind up with 7.5%. All right? So it's just a matter of remembering everything we've done. And again, if you're struggling, you can always go back and you can rewatch some of the videos. So here, again, it's a markup because I have my wholesale price. So my wholesale price is $48. My list price is $58.56, which means I marked it up $10.56. I want to figure out what percentage that is. Okay? So that makes sense. We're taking the difference, we're putting it over our original or our wholesale price. So again, we're just going to cross multiply. And when I solve this, I wind up with 22%. All right. Same thing over here. It's set up the same way. I bought it for 20, or the wholesale was 20, the list price was 28, so that's an $8 profit, or I'm making an $8 markup on it. The original price was 20. I'm going to figure out what percentage of markup that is. Okay. So here I wind up with 20x is equal to 800. I can actually do this one in my head, and it is a 40% markup. All right. So then again, just remember, if we wanted the total cost, these ones aren't set up for it, but here, since it was discount, we'd subtract this discount from the original price to get it, and if it's a markup, we need to add the two together to get our new price, all right? But we go about solving them the same way, which is why they're clumped together, and again, like I said, if you had percent increase and decrease down, this is the same thing. If you have any questions, feel free to rewatch the video. You can post them in the comments, you can email me, or you can ask in class. Have a great night, guys.